welcome back to Stoneblock 3, Episode 2. As you may have guessed, I've been busy. We've worked quite a bit on the botany pots. I've got pretty much all of the stuff that I can grow, at least right now. I think there might be a few more trees and crops and stuff in here, but we've got them all set up in these pots. They're all growing. You can even grow kelp in these, which I really like. It does suck that you have to dedicate a water bucket to the kelp pot. You can't get the water bucket out without getting the can't just leave the water and keep the bucket. But I'm getting kelp, and that's going to be useful, very useful. A little bit later. Maybe even this episode. We'll see. We'll see what I'm able to get to. I have my goals for today, but I'm going to keep letting you know what it was that I've been working on. The biggest thing is that I've basically been just doing this, getting clay, converting the clay up into terracotta to make all of the pots. I did also break a couple more dirt blocks to get the rest of the seeds that I didn't already have, including an oak seed. I also, if you hadn't noticed, installed Rubium. So we now have this new, updated video controls. Makes the game look a little bit nicer. I'm hoping that will help with some of the hitching I noticed in the previous episode. It wasn't too bad it shouldn't be too bad for you guys, but it was pretty bad on my end. But that should hopefully help. I also went ahead and upgraded my smelting setup. So we've got some automatic smelters going here. I've got the double blast furnaces because of the ores that we're getting out of here. Those go into the blast furnace, and then a regular furnace and a smoker for my food. Yeah. So, also somewhat automated this so that we can actually run gravel through there a little bit easier. I just have to stand here and turn the crank, which is one of the things that I want to work on moving past for this episode. So the first thing, too, starting, we need to actually click this to get rid of that. Click this to get rid of that. And then we have access to a lot more quests, including the create tree. And this is what I really want to get started working on right now. There's a few things in here that we can do right away, and then there's a bunch of them that we're going to have to wait until later to do. So the first thing that we can actually do right now is we can make ourselves a water wheel. This is just a cogwheel and then a bunch of slabs. And the cogwheel is going to be that, or we can that way. But I want to get a cogwheel. And I want to get some actual automatic rotational force, so I don't have to sit here and use the hand crank all the time in order to spin that. There's also a few more things here in the getting started tree that we can work on, including getting ourselves an encased fan so we can actually get gold, and the cobble generator. And I've got everything right here waiting for us. So all we got to do is I got to take one and grab that lava, sitting there for this, and some water. And then we can go over here and use our 1x compressed stone, a little bit of glass, lava bucket, and water bucket. And that gets us the cobble generator tier 1. We put that there, and then you see it's just going to take the items from there, and it's going to put them in there. I kind of like these better. They've got an actual 3D item that's used instead of just the 2D sprite. We can do that for all of these, and they do have the they've got the 1x2s, they've got the 2x2. There we go, the 2x2. We've got the compacting drawer. We also have these framing drawers, which are kind of cool. Lets you blend stuff in together. And of course we have the storage controller. And the part about this mod that I like that works a lot differently than the way that storage drawers worked is that in storage drawers, all of your drawers that you set up all had to be touching each other. So for right here, I could do all of these just fine, and I could have a controller and access all this. But this one over here, I would need to run framing, like the frame units or whatever they're called, and basically run it through the floor and up the wall in order to contact this one, because they all had to be physically touching in order to be able to actually share their inventories. With functional, you don't have to do that. Functional drawer allows the actual drawers to contact each other wirelessly. And that is where this guy comes in. Will let us link them together and so that we can have our storage controller, and we can put the storage controller like here, and then we can still have it connected to all those drawers. Very handy. But that's going to be one thing I'll be working on over the course of this episode, is I'm going to be switching all of these chests out for drawers. Large cogwheel. That makes us a water wheel. So we got that taken care of. There's also upgraded versions of the cobble generators, and all they do is they'll generate the cobble faster. The first one here, in order to make that, we're going to need to build a tinker's thing. And then we'll need to make seared stone and pour that over our base level 1, which is fine. But I think for now we can just let it be, especially as we don't really have a good we don't really have a good way to process this cobblestone. Anyway, we got ourselves a water wheel. No, you know what I should just do? We have trash cans. Let me just make a trash can. So the way that this is going to go is we got to have the water flowing this way. That also means that we need to block the water as it flows this way, because otherwise it will make a mess. And we don't actually need to clear out the space underneath it. But I'm going to, because it better. We just grab a bucket, water in it, and boop. There we go. Now it's turning. And then we got to get rid of this. But we now have rotational force, and that is a good thing. I have put it off for long enough. I need just andesite. So, working on the sand. Okay, anyway, we got to go down here and get some andesite. I'm going to do a little bit of mining, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. Alrighty, so now we have quite a bit of andesite. That'll hopefully last us for at least a little while. Ideally, that'll last us until we can actually start creating andesite. Are you done with that? No, you're still working on glass. Okay. Yeah, ideally that'll last us until we can actually start creating andesite. But, if not, oh well. Such is life. Anyway, ourselves some andesite blocks and some iron nuggets, and then we can go ahead and make a stack of andesite alloy, which strangely enough is not a quest. Or is it? Isn't. Go to the water wheel though. Gives us a void upgrade, which I don't believe I can keep. I think I have to throw the void upgrade out, because I believe these are too expensive for us. Yes, we have no way to make... Well, no. I take that back. We can technically keep the void upgrade. Since the void upgrade is just made from obsidian, we do have the capability to make obsidian. No, we have to get rid of it. We can make obsidian, but we cannot harvest obsidian, because we don't have diamond tools. So we do have to throw the obsidian out. We do have to throw the obsidian... We have to throw it out. Bad. Not really. Fine. A big deal. Anyway, I broke my pickaxe down in the mine, so I need a new one. especially now that we have this guy going. So I'm going to do this. We're going to put you there. That makes a trash can, which is a quest. So now we can put crap like that and that into there because we can't use those. But we did also complete a quest. Miscellaneous trash can. That gets us something else that we need to throw away. Although we actually also completed a quest with it. We need to look this one up. I don't think we can keep it because I think these use redstone. And we don't have access to redstone yet. Yeah, we can do stone slabs, we can do iron ingots. We cannot do blocks of redstone quite yet. We don't have access to crushing. Actually, we can keep it because we do have access to dust, and we are going to do our we're going to do a fan basically right now. So we'll hold on to it right now. I won't take the quest yet, but we need to make a gearbox first because I have a way to how we're going to do that. And a gearbox is that. And now that we have actual andesite alloy, we can make cogwheels a little bit easier. Oh, I have logs, so we need a log. We strip the log, and then we smack it with an alloy. There you go. Yeah, they changed the recipe to make these casings. I don't know if I like it or not. Anyway, we need it to be a vertical gearbox. Yes. So we have a gearbox, and now we need another gearbox to go right there. There we go. Now it is automatically turning forever and ever, so if we throw some gravel in here, it will just grind it up, and I don't have to sit here and whack it with my hand until I'm starved to death, and there we go. Of course, the problem is that we still don't have an easy way to make gravel, which means that in order for me to make gravel, and in order for me to be able to do anything else with it, I have to sit there and do it by hand. We can make this go faster as well by adding more water wheels. We were working on a thing, and I got distracted. Working on... Right. Encased fan. So we need to make an encased fan. The way we make an encased fan is with a shaft, an andesite casing, both of which we know how to make, and a propeller. And the propeller is made by smashing down some iron sheets. And we can do that with an engineer's hammer, which we can't make quite yet because we do need a piece of string for it. The string isn't too difficult to get a hold of. We can get it. It's just a little bit tricky. Because I would need to make some grass, and then I would need to bone meal the grass, and blah blah blah. You know, break the tall grass. That's how you get the seeds, and then grow the seeds. Need to do that eventually anyway. But this is what we're gonna do to make that start with. So we need to make a mechanical press, which is basically the same recipe, just a block of iron. I have enough iron. I don't have enough iron, which means that I need to mash cobblestone. What we're going to do here, because like I said, I do need to get my hands on hemp seeds. So we need grass for hemp seed. And I did happen to get a grass seed when I was breaking dirt. So now we can do that. And we got the, is this what outside feels like? Or looks like? We will eventually also need to make a space to allow passive animals to spawn. Even though we're not doing chickens, we're still going to need to have spawn to be able to eat them. Because you can eat chickens. I also had an idea. So one of the seeds that we got is beetroot seeds. Which, of course, beetroot is the single least useful vegetable that you can get in Minecraft. Nobody likes beetroot. Nobody really likes beetroot in real life either. which I guess is kind of sad for beetroot. But anyway, the point is, I had this idea last night while I was trying to sleep, that instead of having the botany pot go into a chest, we have it go into a composter. Because then underneath this composter, and again, this is something you can just do in vanilla. This isn't anything that's unique to Stoneblock or mods or anything like that. Pop down a chest, hopper underneath. Then, each time this thing goes through a growth cycle, it should, in theory, just put what it grew straight into the composter and generate us some bone meal. So in theory, this will go through and this will just make bone meal, and that'll basically be what our beetroot crop will just be making bone meal. Because then we can take this bone meal and we can take it over here and we can go boop. Then we can break these and get seeds. That did not take nearly as long as I thought that it would. I thought that was going to take a while. But it didn't, and that's a good thing. So anyway, I'm getting myself... I have ADD. If you couldn't tell, I absolutely do. And this is how I know. So anyway, we need that, and we need that, and we need one of that, and then we have one of that. Now with this, we take and put it. Okay. We put that there, and then we're going to take this and we're going to pop it on there to make it look all nice and fancy. And then we can take the casing and another alloy, and we will make ourselves a depot. Now, if we take 4 iron, we can put it on the depot, get mad at the auto hand refill again, and it will make the iron plates that we need. And it's a super fascinating process. Now that it's done, we have the iron sheets. We can make ourselves a propeller. It's on the side. There's the propeller. And there's the encased fan. That gets us low speed... What? Low speed increase module from pretty pipes. Burn in lava. You know what pretty pipes are. Probably not a good plan because it's a fox plan, but it's a plan. Fan to be here. And then the depot to be here. But we got to double check and see how that is going to connect. So, I'm going to take some kelp and we're going to throw it in there. One more kelp, please. Thank you. We've got the kelp. We can make ourselves a mechanical belt, which is a quest, but attach those two, and it sucks. That sucks. But we can work. Anyway, we need to make ourselves another depot. We're going to put the depot right there, and that should allow it to blow across the items that are here. So now what we need to do is we're going to grab a bucket, because what we need to be able to do is wash the items. And it seems like, and if you look at the ponder system, it kind of tells you that it's got to go the other way. The fan has to blow through the water, but you can actually do it this way. So not like that, because that makes a huge mess. So now if we put it there, that'll fall straight down and it won't make a big mess all over the place. But if you see the little blue particles are actually going through there. So now if I go over here and I grab all this dust that I've been holding on to since the very early part of the game, we put that on the depot, it is actually washing it. And eventually you can automate all of this, so you can just have a belt that goes through it, it washes it, and all of that good stuff. Here we go. They got us some redstone dust and some bone meal. This is working, because we have 5 of there now. So we do now actually have access to redstone dust. So we can keep the mob and throw it away, which is nice. Anyway, 5 of that, 3 of that. I do actually. I need more iron. Hey, look, more iron. Oh, I love automation. Seriously, automating stuff in Minecraft is my favorite thing to do. Dirt. All right, there we go. Now we're gonna get that, and that'll let us get access not only to more seeds, which is a good thing because that'll let us get creosote and all of the stuff down immersive engineering, but it'll also let us get string, which is another big thing that is going to be really, really helpful as we keep moving forward. I'm probably also going to want to make a mob farm at some point in the future. I think I want to do just like a dropper mob farm, at least to start. Probably as we go in a little bit deeper, we can work on getting, we can make some kind of automated mob grinding farm kind of a thing where it's killed with. Anyway, there's the industrial hemp fiber, so that is going to continue to craft. And here's a whole table full of stuff. All right. Gold, you can go straight in and get smelted. Copper, you can go straight in and get smelted. Silver, you can go straight in and get smelted. Nickel can go straight in and get smelted. The rest of them are going to go into... I also really want to get a wrench. The immersive engineer... Or not immersive. Creates wrench. So we need 3 gold sheets. So we'll put them on there. This is why I need to spread all this out, because right now it's just a mess with how tight together everything is, and it was my fault for setting it up this way. Cogwheel, pick, golden sheets, create wrench, quest complete wrench. So this is good not only for rotating some of these blocks around, but also for very easily breaking them. You just shift right click on them and get it going. I also need to make goggles, engineer's goggles. We need to make that. So we need another golden sheet and some string. The string will be ever so slightly more difficult to get a hold of, but we just gotta wait for that to grow. Got 3, we've got string. Ladies and gentlemen, we have string. String is a thing we now have. That's been flattened. So now we can go ahead and engineer's goggles, and we'll pop those on our head. So if you don't know, the engineer's goggles do is whenever you're looking at any kind of create stuff, if you get close enough, you get this nice little pop-up that tells you what the kinetic stress impact is of a given kinetic block. So like that tells you it's 32 SU, 4 SU, 128. And if you go back and you look at generators, it tells you what the capacity of that generator is. So each one of these is 256. There is also... So we've got 2 different items that we can make. We can make the speedometer, which tells us how fast our system is rotating, which isn't really that useful. What is more useful is the stressometer. And the stressometer tells you how much stress capacity your entire network is using and how much you have available. In fact, create just explains it a lot easier. The stress meter displays the current stress capacity of the attached kinetic network. When wearing engineer's goggles, the players can get more detailed information from the gauge. So it has a little visual display as it slowly goes up. Comparators can emit analog redstone signals relative to the stress meter's measurements. But it's really handy to tell you how much stress your system is under and how close you are to actually, making it explode. So the way that we make one of these is we need a compass. And we need... This is the other reason why I wanted a wrench, because now I can pop that really easily. But we take a compass and a casing, and that makes the speedometer, which I don't really care about. But, okay. Making sure that there wasn't a quest for it. Now we have the stress meter, and I can take the stress meter, and you can hook it anywhere in the network. It just has to actually attach to a rotating block. I want to put it... I'm going to move it probably later. So I guess we'll just put it there for now. Yeah. So you can see, we are currently at low network stress. 29% has been used. We have 544 stress units remaining of the 768 that's being generated. And as we put more components on, that number will steadily go up. And then eventually we'll need to do something about it to get it to go back down. But that's a good place to start. Let's see what quest we managed to get. So we managed to get this one. That gets us something. Look at it here in a second. We also got this, which we can now technically make because we do have the ability to make redstone. Let's see what we get from that. An iron paxels are in this. I didn't know paxels were in this. Anyway, we also got the mechanical press. The hell is that? Anyway, we made ourselves a wrench. Made ourselves a mechanical belt. And engineer's goggles. Alright. What the hell is this? Chiseled block. Automatically restock and store bits? What the hell is that? It's like a bunch of random blocks. It's this. This is not an obtainable item. This is not craftable. What the? That's crazy. Anyway, you're freaking me out, so you're going in a hole. Iron reinforcement impact hammer. Mine's a 5x5x3 area. You're going in the lava just because I'm never going to use you. Diamond hammer. Mine's a 3x3x1 area. That's just the same as this, just an upgraded version of it, right? I like how it doesn't show you. Preview. High speed increase module. You're going in the lava. Diamond wand construction wand. They are just the tools themselves. So I think we can actually keep the Paxel. Oh, you can just straight up make budding amethyst with crystal catalyst, which uses blaze powder. So I'm going to work on the crate mess that I've created. We'll try to clean that up a little bit, spread it out so it's not quite so on top of everything. Yeah, so I'm going to work my way up towards the crushing wheel, I think. It's going to be kind of grindy because it's mostly going to be collecting a bunch of resources. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I will need to build a mob farm first. So we're probably going to do that. We're going to build a mob farm because I don't have any way to get mob souls. To be able to get the soul sand that I need to be able to haunt stuff. There's no other way to get it. So yeah, we'll need to go to mob souls. So that will be what I will do. So between episodes, I'm going to fix all this so it's not quite so crammed together. We can actually move around in there. And I will also dig out some space and build a mob farm. And like I said, I'm probably going to do just like a classic dropper farm because this is effectively the same thing as a void. The only difference being that everything's solid rather than being air. But there's still nowhere else for mobs to spawn, so it should be relatively quick no matter what level we build it at. Yeah, that's the plan. So I will work on that in between episodes. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you hit the like button if you did and you want to see more of these. Hit the subscribe button to catch the next episode when it goes live. Until then, whatever time of day it is, I hope that it is going well for you. Have yourselves a wonderful time of it. And whatever you do, don't you dare go hollow.